What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Eric Ejicki. Also, DJ, go by the name Get Ejicki with it, just like the Will Smith song.
Like the Will Smith song, huh?
Yeah, my last name.
I go by the name of Dante Higgins, Houston hip-hop artist, poet, out in Nebraska, man, having a good time.
All right. I go by the name of Houston Alexander. All you got to do is Google me. All right. But in the building, man, we got Eric. What are you here for, man, today? Because I know you got something important that you got coming up here in the next, I believe, a week or so, right?
Yep. So, couple things. We got, and the reason why my guy Dante's here, we have our first annual sneaker soiree coming up. And
well, what's the sneaker soiree?
So what it is, basically, we getting dressed up, we having a good time, but we wearing sneakers instead of your dress shoes. So same outfit, get teed up, but put on your nice sneakers. Don't bring the dingy ones unless they're your favorite.
Oh, so hold on, so I can have my favorite suit on with my dope mans.
Yeah, well, I don't care if they can be your Forces, your Cortezes, depending on where you from. It's whatever you want to slide in. So, but yeah, we doing that. Ladies always complain about their feet. Now they ain't got no excuse. So
you have no excuse coming to this event.
Nah, you good. So we just here to have a good time and do something a little different out here in Omaha.
Well, for those who don't know, where are you from, man? Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Tyler, Texas, born and raised.
Tyler, Texas.
So that's East Texas.
How many people in Tyler, Texas? 5?
No, it's about 100. It's the biggest city in East Texas. It's about 100,000.
But and you came to Omaha via what? Football?
Nah, I came here just for the job. I literally had a Skype interview, did a mini puppet show in my Skype interview, and got the job. So I had to drive up here.
And I tell people all the time, you end up in Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska specifically, through relatives, job, or work.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm sorry. Relatives, job, or military. Right. Somewhere around there. So you end up here on a job, right?
Yeah, man. Don't ask me how and why I'm still here, but we gonna keep working while I'm here.
But and also, man, you was into football. What was that career like?
So just being in East Texas, I was heavy recruit till I had an injury. So ended up going to junior college out at Kilgore College. That's where I met Dante at, actually. So this is my old teammate as well. So we was there from like 05 to 07, getting it in. But that's a different journey, man. Difficult journey to get to where you're trying to go, that JUCO route. And people don't really know how grimy that JUCO could be. And what really entails. They just
so when you talk about JUCO, you getting recruited through JUCO to go to a bigger college. How did that work out, man? Why is it so difficult?
I'll say this: most of us at junior college either end up there because of grades or injury, or you got in trouble. That's how most of us end up at junior college. Most of us are talented. Like, we literally had 2 high school All-Americans on our team. High school All-Americans on our junior college team.
But somebody got in trouble.
Something happened. A lot of talent, but that place weeds you out to see who love the game and who don't.
Okay.
Because you don't get the amenities. We got some Sario, like Rodale, Cleese.
You're gonna bust some people out.
Now Kilgore was better than most junior colleges because they won a lot of championships before we got there. So we got a lot of special privileges. For as cleats, helmet, shoulder pad, locker room.
Oh no, hold on. What junior college was y'all at? Where was y'all at? Where?
Kilgore College.
Yeah. So our locker room, our stadium, everything was pretty much top notch. But compared to other junior colleges.
So here's the funny thing about it is because it's almost like you guys are full circle because you both are involved with this event. And you brought your guy in to do the event, right?
Yeah. So. I mean, I've been rocking with Dante for a minute. So we went to JUCO together. We down there, like, he literally had a notepad everywhere he went, was writing rhymes, got into a couple, battles down there, like waxing people's ass, like getting busy on them. So, I kept in touch, when I go to Houston, it's always love. Like, he take me around. He doing big things, he on his music tip for real. So,
but you from Tyler,
yeah.
But Dante, you from Houston?
Houston, yeah.
Now, hey man, how was it coming up in Houston, man? Especially being a rapper. There's so many rappers down. There's so many rappers in Houston.
Right.
How was it? How was it coming up? Plus, you played football. So how was that, man?
It actually how I transferred over to rap. One of my best friends named Carl, manager for a while. He helped me on all my music stuff. He was a big promoter on the club scene in Houston when I went to college.
Okay.
I was a football all Greater Houston, all city, everything. So
hold on. What position did you play?
I played wide receiver.
Oh, so you got them hands. You got them hands.
Yeah. I went to Yates High School. Our whole that's like the biggest school in our whole hood. If you go there, so everybody used to call me by my whole name, Dante Higgins. So that's how I got my rap name. Cause everybody called me Dante.
Your own name is your rap name.
And they just I don't know why they just called me Dante Higgins. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep that as my rap name.
But maybe because it had a great ring to it, man.
Right. So when I went to when I came back from college, actually, like he said, I had a book full of rhymes and everything. My homeboy was one of the biggest promoters on Facebook, and Facebook was the big thing at the time, and Twitter. So what he did, he was like, you know what? I'm really tired of doing this club stuff. I'm gonna just start promoting you to all these outlets that I have because I have a lot of people.
Okay.
So he just started putting my music on all these major outlets he had to promote the club. So people went from seeing him promoting clubs, trying to find out what was the next popping club, to seeing me rapping on all his pages and stuff.
But let me ask you guys something. Even before you started DJing and you started rapping, you guys keep mentioning education. Is education big down in Texas? Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us, we use ball to get out and go do what we got to do. So,
you think it's more athletics that down in Texas than it is education?
I won't say more, but you got to remember, Texas is a football state. Like, we got small town cities shut down, but down there, like, we ball. Like, my mom said, I ain't paying for college. I'm like, cool, I'll pay for myself. So, like, she's like, you got to go get these scholarships, and you on your own. So, I'm like, all right. So, I mean, I was good at what I did. Like we hoop, and you got like your hooper cities like Houston, Dallas, a big hooping city.
Houston,
but
Yates, high school, they was number one in the nation.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy is this, man. If you are good in Texas, you good across the country, right?
Football in Texas is bigger than education.
So really,
playing football and being a top player or a top school or anything like North Shore High School in Texas, they fourth string running back getting scholarships from schools like Tennessee and everything, and they haven't even touched the field.
Trinity now.
Trinity, Katy, they players are that good, and they bringing up so many. They just know this freshman running back is gonna be all world. He haven't even touched the field, and he getting scholarships.
Man, hey man, that gives me goosebumps to think about how good athletes in Texas, you know, the Floridas, the schools down south. Why do y'all think it's such an advantage?
The Pop,
you know, be down in those areas, man.
Pop Warner scene. You start playing football at 4 or 5 years old, and you grow up playing with the same players.
Yeah, but it's a year round because you know you got other people starting on Pop Warner, you know, other places. But what is the advantage, man?
Part is weather. We always warm, so we always literally. You gotta think about it. We probably gonna be in better shape.
No, Dante cold right now. It's cold. It's cold right now.
But you gotta remember, like we gonna be typically in better shape. So when the top states for football. Typically, that's been for like the last 25 years. You got Texas, Cali, Florida, Georgia, and Louisiana sometimes interchange, and then you randomly throw in like Ohio. And you can look at the stats on that. That's kind of where everybody comes from as far as the main places. But it's always warm. And then in Texas, in high school, we had like a summer league, a 7-on-7 league, where we playing people across the state, and you playing for a state championship.
And see that's crazy because you know you don't have that in like the cold weather states.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Cold weather states are basketball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
New York, Chicago, where it's snowing, they got all the top basketball players.
Mm-hmm. So, and that makes sense. So, but how did you get into hip hop itself, and to want to start DJing? And start doing a lot of the things that you're doing right now, E?
I mean, part of my dad. So my dad was big on it. Like Texas got a big mixtape circuit. Okay. Like Texas is really out the mud type state. So we support each other. It's always mixtapes, people mixing stuff, whether it's DJs, radio stations or folks just putting out different mixtapes. My dad always like went to the barbershops and got the new mixtapes of the new stuff, and I would just steal them from him. And I would just keep them in the car and play them.
He's like, "Where's my mixtape?
Yeah, yeah. So we had everything. So that's how I got familiar with everything. Plus, like my dad also Nigerian, so he would play a lot of Nigerian music. So I've always had something else in my ear the whole time I grew up. So like even in Kilgore in my dorm with my roommate with Shep, Shep was my roommate.
Uh-huh.
So we was down there and I'd be wake up in the morning getting dressed and I put on this Nigerian high life music and he be feeling good, I be feeling good. We like getting dressed to this Nigerian music like every morning. So that's really when I think about how I got interested in music, and it's always been there. And
you think that was just from your dad?
Yeah,
literally.
And literally just when you go to schools like Ohio and they don't know that much about the Texas scene, I'm like, oh, you gotta listen to this. You gotta hear this. Like I feel like I brought Big Tuck to Ohio. They're not gonna give me my credit, but I brought him to Ohio. I swear to God, me and my homies rolling up to every party playing "Not a Stain on Me." And they called fire because I gave it to some of the DJs.
Tell people who Big Tuck is. Just
Big Tuck,
people might be watching this and like, who's Big Tuck?
Man, they got to do their own research. But Big Tuck, the OG, he out of Dallas. So like Dallas and Houston got their own separate scenes, own separate style of music too. But Big Tuck is in Dallas. He had one of the most popping songs ever called "Not a Stain on Me." So I would ride up. We pulling up to the parties in college, and like they like, yo, what's that? Like that's that Big Tuck, "Not a Stain on Me." I gave that to the homies who DJ'd in college, and they end up start playing it, and folks really started rocking it. Then it ended up in Cleveland because a lot of them from like Cleveland, Cincinnati, or Columbus. So then they got
Big Tuck might owe you some money.
Listen, I can't prove it. I can't prove it, so I'm gonna just let it sit. I'm cool with just knowing in my heart how it happened. I'm cool with it.
Well, then how did you go from football to DJing, man? So because you was already introducing music, so when did you decide to just DJ?
It wasn't a transition like that. So I ended up going to grad school. I got a degree in public health. I was in Georgia, and being out in Georgia, so I'm in the fraternity too, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. So we be at parties and stuff. Somehow they be like, they all trying to get on with whatever they trying to get on with. So I end up on the aux cord. So I'm like, all right, let me go through my phone because I always had music on my phone, like not internet, like literally files on my phone. Yeah. I'm scrolling, just playing random stuff, and people was liking what I was playing, and even though they wouldn't know what it was, sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. What's that?" So doing that, got here to Omaha, and I'm like, I don't know why. I was like, man, I think I just want to start DJing.
Come on, man. Yeah, that's a natural. That was a natural transition.
I wanted to put people onto something that they didn't know. Like that's my whole thing is introducing folks to people they don't know, stuff that's just dope. Because the radio ain't really dope. It's really trash. But just trying to get folks onto the real scene and what's really happening, what's really going on. So I got linked up with DJ Mr. Soul through my
AKA Soul Train. I call him Soul Train.
We call him Soul Train. So OG out here. So he was doing a workshop for like some kids and at I always forget the name of the arts institution. So I was doing that. He was doing that. So I showed up with my stuff. And he was like, yeah, I'll give you some classes since he gave me the classes for free. Yeah. So because my girl, she helped him get that gig and get that check. So he did me a solid.
You got to do that.
He paid it forward. So we was taking a class, was murking the class, and that's kind of how it happened.
But you can't go wrong, especially with soul, because soul real specific on things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So, but Dante, you end up following your teammate,
right?
Following him around for a while because y'all been that tight. So, how did you end up? First of all, being here in the studio with us, right? But how did you end up doing the things you've been doing with E?
Actually, E came to Houston, I want to say 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I had a toy drive. I do a toy drive every year for my community because a lot of kids don't get toys. So I raise all this money, put my own money in, and get kids from my neighborhood toys, have a big toy drive. And E was in Houston. I told him to come by. You know what I'm saying? Pass out some toys, shake some hands. The kids just want to be happy, see some people. We pull up 2 U-Haul trucks. They come out running crazy, going crazy, set it up. So he actually told me about the event 2 years ago.
Okay.
This event. So I told him, man, if you ever do it, just hit me up. I'm coming. Just get me there, and I'm coming. I ain't had to worry about nothing else.
You know what I noticed? I noticed that a lot of people who are striving to do better for themselves do a lot of stuff in the community.
Right.
And you know, I don't know you from a can of paint, but knowing that you have your football background and knowing that you're affiliated with this man over here,
Right.
you doing stuff in your community, man. So you doing football and you doing toy drives and you rapping and what else are you doing?
Back to school, backpack. Make sure all the kids get a backpack. And I always feel like at least we can start them off going to school the right way. Cause we used to go to school. When we was young, we had the OGs come and bring some toys. So we knew how it felt to go get some toys from the OGs that was selling drugs in the community. I guess I felt like if they selling drugs, messing up the community, at least put something back into it. You know what I'm saying? So I always felt, and it was like when I started rapping, it was like years going by, I just wasn't seeing the OGs out there doing that. And I was like, somebody need to give these kids back something. At least start them off going to school, right? We used to go get a backpack, paper, the dentist come through, and the OGs, my uncle and them who was doing this, I felt like I wanted to do the same thing. So that's how I got into giving back into the community to where I come from. These kids really appreciate this stuff.
Man, I think especially being a part of anybody's community, people, but especially the kids, will appreciate anything you do for them because it shows that you care.
We giving shoes people want. They see them LeBron James shoes. They going crazy over them. They not even at the box or nothing.
See?
And they don't have nothing.
So that brings me back to E. What you doing? What is the name of the event that you're doing, E? What is the name of it, and what is the purpose behind what you're doing?
Yeah, so it's twofold. So it's the sneaker soiree. So while we having a good time wearing our sneakers, part of it is also a donation drive to the youth emergency services out here.
Okay.
So I connected with them. I talked directly to the executive director, and we trying to get new or gently used sneakers. We're gonna clean them up, and we're going to donate those to the youth that use those services at the Yes House.
Okay.
So we're literally taking donations. We requested donations from the shoe companies out the mall, things like that, from people. I'm giving away some shoes, and I'm not giving away like my beat up shoes. I'm giving away a pair like, I wore these once, but let's be real, I might not wear them again. I ain't got too many outfits. Here, some brand new shoes. Like, cause they deserve good stuff. It ain't their fault they in those situations.
Yeah.
And they might not just can't afford what I can afford at this point. So why not start them off and get them something fresh? Like I think people forget like that thing. Like when you in school, like your shoes, us going to the pencil sharpener, it's like, yo, what's good? And you keep going, breaking your pencil to get back up there. Like, what's good? When you get them, it don't even matter what they are, if they own brand or all. But when they fresh and you rocking with them, you like, I'm trying to show these off. You feel better, Yeah, you walk with purpose when you got your feet right. So
wow, hey, you walk with purpose when your feet gaming right, huh? So now, what do you suggest people do? Besides going to the event, and if they can't make the event, how can they still donate to the cause?
Yep. So we're taking donations at the Culture House. That's CULXR House. We recently moved the Culture House. Shout out to
I heard that.
Yeah. So my guy Marcy Yates, he's like the creator of the Culture House. We got a new lease, so we're up the street. We're only about 6 blocks from where we were.
But I heard it was a bigger place, bigger and better place.
Houston, y'all got to come check this out.
I'll be
today.
there.
But so when you talking about blood, sweat, and tears, like in a few weeks, we done flipped that whole place. So repaint. We've had local artists even come and touch up and do a few small murals, paint some walls for free for us. But we're at 30.
That will be me. That will be me in the next week or so, coming up to do something on a piece. I got to.
You got to. We got a room for you too. So we're now at 3016 North 24th Street. So that's 3016 North 24th Street. That's also where if you contact me directly, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything.
So
email.
What is the Culture House for those who don't know?
The Culture House is kind of a space where artists could be artists and grow their craft. So everything from recording studio to actually event production. It's also going to be an incubator space to help especially youth and people, anybody who wants to learn how to do production, video editing, photo editing, event management, things like promotion. It's going to be a space. It's a space for all of that as well. So it's just an open space to where you got an idea. We can help you learn how to manifest it and help you bring it about yourself. So.
And this is something that's open to the public, where for youth groups, it's open to the public, right?
Yeah, it's open. So,
but you need donations to run the place too, right? Yeah, you need the donations.
We footing the bill, and my guy Marcy really footing the bill. So we need people to book it for events, and we got a huge stage. Just come check it out. We got a record shop in there. We got a little bit of everything in there. We also got vintage resale clothes. So if you're trying to get fresh. The old wave is the new wave, so you're trying to get on that tip. We got that as well, but we got a lot. So just check it out.
And your soiree, who do you have? You have all these people like Dante performing, other people performing. Anything else that's unique about this event that people should know about?
Yeah. So we got my boy Dante Higgins as the headline artist. Marcy Yates, he's from Omaha, Nebraska. He's an artist. He's on the bill. As well as my guy Moolah B. He's another Omaha artist, super dope. He's on the bill as well. We got Miss Felicia Webster, with Love Felicia, as the host of the event. Then also shout out to my guy Demo. He's the photographer for the event. So Demo's the photographer. Shout out to EBE Films. EBE Films, Erica, she's gonna be the videographer for the event and record the whole thing. Get us some great footage, and we got a couple other things as well in play. Shout out to Slow Down for even allowing us to host the event there, being the first one. I've been working there 2.5 years. Love working with those folks there. So we gonna bless that place with a dope event.
Well, see, man, and now I know this is not the only thing that you do. What other things that you do in the community besides this one particular event? I know you do other things. Could you let the people know what other things you do?
Yeah. So we some of the stuff I do, I also work at Creighton University full time. There I do a lot of health programs. I'll just say this: if you're looking to get into medical or dental school and you didn't quite make the scores or the grades, you need to holler at me because we can help you get in and go through another program.
Now, you were also involved in a program that kind of helps shift a lot of people's lives after high school, right? I think we talked a little bit about that last time we spoke, but I'm not for sure what the name of the program is. But you help individuals kind of shape their lives after they graduate, right?
Yeah, I mean, just through our department, we have a lot of programs. Some of them being like research programs. So if you're in college and you're in the sciences, health sciences, you need something to boost that resume and also give you some experience that you're not gonna get in the classroom. Yeah. So we have research programs for that. As far as the high school level, we have that research program as well. Then I've also created and I teach a course called Lyrics, Life, and Lessons. I basically take rap music and we deconstruct it, break it down, put it into categories, and I teach from that perspective. So I literally take music, we listen to lyrics, we reading books that talk about different subject matter, whether you're talking about gentrification, you talking about gang violence, gang culture, we talking about police brutality.
Use lyrics.
We use
break
actual
it down.
lyrics. We use lyrics. So when I talk about things like, let's say, gang culture, I might use something like Kendrick Lamar's XXX to get people to understand how it feels that if somebody takes your brother, your son, or whatever, how that next person feels. So that song lays out how it feels.
That's deep, man. That's deep.
So we just construct that, and I think a lot of people don't understand how it really gets in my class because I'm dealing with folks who literally just lost their best friend, and I'm not talking like in theory. I'm talking about somebody from a month ago who just lost their best friend, and they in my class. So how do you deal with the youngster who contemplating, do we ride or what do we do? What if I see him? What's gonna happen? So we gotta deal with this real time. Like I've had now, 2 students that I've been in contact with that have been killed in the last couple of years. Man. So I gotta deal with that, but with
you were literally in the trenches with all these individuals trying to help them out.
Yeah. So I mean, you gotta be there, like too often, and we can jump in this conversation. Too often, folks doing a money chase in a city like this where it's nonprofit heavy, but they ain't doing the real work, and they ain't really.
Speak
they
on
ain't
it, man.
really,
Speak
they
on
ain't
it.
really. They don't really give a damn like that. They trying to get their pockets fat. They just want to say have a good coverage and have a good name for themselves. But there's some of us that's out here like really dealing. Like me having to break up a fight on our yard, and I'm in the middle of four dudes throwing hands, and I'm breaking them up. Like I'm not talking to them, I'm breaking them up because I don't feel like watching them fight. Like I'm not gonna sit by and watch.
But you not a watcher buyer. You go in there and you try to handle your business, man.
Yeah.
Probably something I would do.
Yeah, so I'm like, we street smart enough to know when to move around when you shouldn't be in the middle of it. But when they just, because I like to see it like, hey, I told them like, look, I'm proud of y'all. Y'all knuckling up out here. Y'all getting busy.
Yeah.
You can't do it on our yard though. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't mad at them, but I'm like, y'all like that ain't even your enemy, dog.
Yeah.
Like that ain't your enemy. Y'all probably beefing over something stupid, but yeah, man, you gotta be out here. Like I'm at the alternative schools.
Uh-huh.
I haven't been there since earlier this spring, but I've been at the alternative school for like the last year and a half, teaching the class and working with those individuals, helping people, trying to just talk to them, get them job leads and stuff like that too, and just like folks really be dealing. I had one guy. We did a mental health project called the North Omaha Mental Health Project. I had one guy who was in my class. He came and got in the video. He said he wanted to get into acting, so he came and got in one of the videos we was doing. And I'm gonna pay you. So I'm like, so we trying to make sure folks is getting opportunities and not treating folks like throwaways, because that's what society gonna do, is try to throw you away.
And another thing, and I'm gonna bring in Dante on this right here. When we spoke, and this is behind the scenes. You said you weren't from a specific place. You from everywhere. I know we had that conversation, right? So could you elaborate on what you meant by that?
Yeah. So I was born in Tyler, Texas, but my family from Texas on my mom's side. My dad's from Nigeria. And the one thing that I believe in, same thing like Marcus Garvey believe in. I believe in Pan-Africanism. Like, we can end up everywhere. I was only born in Tyler, Texas, because that's where my mama and daddy met and had sex, dog. So, like, I ain't got to be from nowhere. I can be from anywhere. So, that was just by happenstance that I was born there. Now, I'm grateful because that taught me that raised who I became. And that made you who you are, yeah. But at the same time, like, I can be anywhere and still be comfortable as long as I'm in my element. So, I like coming to Omaha. Like I'm not from Omaha, and people think I'm from Omaha because I'm in with the people. But I don't separate myself from the people. And you see a lot of that when folks, transplants and all them kind of terms. People moving in with these jobs and stuff, and they be like, "Well, I'm a transplant." Well, now you separated from yourself. I just say I'm a person, then I'm like, I'm black, so I'm gonna go hang out with the black folks, and I like to do this. So it ain't like, hey, anytime I go on a trip, at any hotel, they got the young black kids or the young Latino kids at the front desk. Right. Hey, be like, hey, y'all, what's going on?
Where they at?
Yeah. I literally like, hey, where they at? They give you that first answer. Well, you gotta say, no, not the tourist. Hey, where they at? They be like, oh, yeah. Hey, so go over such and such, whoop de whoop. So
exactly.
Like, yeah.
Exactly.
So that's all I do. I ain't worried about nobody, dog. I don't walk with fear, and like, man, I'm a man of the people.
You from everywhere.
From everywhere. Like, I'm down the street. I gotta go to Cali in about a week. They gonna probably think I'm related to like D Smoke and Sir after that rhythm flow. They gonna be like, like, nah, but we can't be. I'm their fifth brother.
Why did you end up just still being with this man? Even after football, man, how did y'all connect in that way, man?
He been like this since we was in college playing football. When football players would get into it, whatever we need a speech, he was the one standing up in the middle giving a speech.
He was the football Malcolm X.
Yeah, he was the Malcolm X. I still remember when everybody went out before a practice or something and got there late on the game day or something. He stood up and got on everybody, and everybody respected him enough to say, "Yeah, man, we tripped out. We shouldn't have went." If somebody else would have stood up,
he was probably even bigger.
I was not small. No,
he was small.
I was small. I was
he always been a captain and a leader. And whether we was in the dorms, he ran the dorms. He made sure everybody was in. curfew, all type of stuff. So everybody always
Hold on. Did you snitch on people?
No, we wasn't snitching. No, I was making sure we would. First of all, we was making sure we knew how to sneak in. Listen, I was just making sure nobody got caught. My number one rule is don't get caught.
You ain't snitch on nobody.
No, he took care of it.
Yeah.
I come back from Houston late. Whoop, I'm jigging. Whoop, yeah, come on in.
Yeah. Hey, come. Yeah. I'm like, we
was the middleman.
listen, man. We gonna talk to Ed. We gonna sneak you in. Like literally, like we sneaking. Like we gotta make it do what it do.
You see how he switched up real quick. He's like, nah, I ain't snitch on nobody.
Hey.
I was in the middle.
Me, Savoy, like, hey,
take care.
oh, you trying to get in the girl dorm? Hey, look, we're gonna talk to the head lady. We gonna get y'all. Look, I take care of the people. You know what I'm saying?
I always been for the people, for everybody. So he been like that. That's why I've been rocking with him.
But hey, man, but it sounds like you for the people too.
Yeah,
you taking care of people in your city,
right?
And you came up here to help him in this city, and so it sounds like, man, that we are all people for our communities, man.
Yeah.
So how do you take it a step further with what you're doing right now with your rap career? How do you take it a step further with just doing events with him, doing stuff on social media, and doing stuff in your hometown? What steps are you taking to further what you're doing?
First I'm from South Lund. It's one of the hardest projects in Houston. One way in, one way out. Sky Street. The murder rate is crazy.
Well, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Right.
Is that in Fifth Ward?
Nah.
No. Is it which is worse?
It's like by Third Ward.
Okay.
We in the hood.
And when you say and explain to the people out there, what is a ward and what is a ward in Houston, Texas?
A ward is where all the black people pretty much stay. You got like
they calling it a ward?
You got like Fifth. Okay, my grandma and my mom them from Third Ward. That was pretty much the only place where black people could stay back
in Texas.
In the day,
Houston, Texas. Houston, segregated. It can be segregated at times.
Stay in too many places.
Okay.
You only could stay in Third Ward. Fifth Ward is black people only could stay there back when our grandmas and stuff was raising up. So these are the worst communities with the worst schools, and people usually don't make it out of there because you don't get what you need to make it out of
Okay, you don't have the resources.
You don't have the resources.
Okay.
So as you start getting older, people never adapt to make it out of those situations. So it's just continued families growing up in these worst conditions and staying right in that area. So it's just black people just piled on top of each other at the Popeyes fighting for a chicken sandwich. That's all they know.
But what the hell?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
This is where it's happening at.
Yeah.
It's right walking distance to Popeyes. You got the people jump the counter. All this stuff is happening right in my community because that's all they know and what they see. And I feel like after I seen all the people at the Popeyes and everything, I say they not there for the chicken. They there for the party, the fun.
Okay, so
it's the hangout.
That makes sense.
Everybody coming through.
Everybody
coming through.
Okay.
Everybody at the Popeye, people ain't even getting chicken. They just out there just
parlaying.
Okay.
Out there.
We out here just rocking.
Okay.
And it's drama bound to happen because you got people beefing, and they gonna run into each other. It's so small. These wars are so small. You gonna run into your enemy. Man, they had a shootout the other day. 3 shootout drive-bys in 30 minutes.
And this is in your neighborhood,
right in my neighborhood.
So what are you, man? What are you doing?
So my
what are you doing?
My goal is I always try to, like he say, he from everywhere. I always try to say I'm from this neighborhood, no matter where I go. When I go to the radio station in Houston, I let it be known I'm from South Lund. If I go to school, I let them know I'm from South Lund. If I'm on TV, I let them know I'm from South Lund. If I'm around white people, black people, I let them know I'm from South Lund, even though that ain't a good thing to be saying because they at war with other communities. But a lot of people know I don't do that type of stuff, so I get a pass.
Yeah, but they know you an athlete first, though.
Yeah, but the reason I say I'm from South Lund is because I want these kids and stuff in this area to see a person from where they come from can go somewhere else. I can go to the Galleria and hang with these people. I could come on a talk show and speak properly, and it'd be cool. Back when I was in school, they used to call us dirty. I used to say I was from somewhere else. They want to be from Southland. You ain't gonna get no girls. You dirty. Your shoes dirty.
See, and that's how we doing this podcast now.
Girl tell you,
because
you dirty. You from South. As soon as you say you from South,
your feet game not right.
Right. So I just try to say it, and when I go back and give, they be like, "Where you from? Where you at?" I'm from right here, and it just blow their mind. Like, where you from here? I'm from right here, man. You can go get a whole lot of toys, and 10 years from now, you could be bringing toys back to your lit, and just get them to see that they can make it out of this area and be something in life. You don't have to always stay right here. So that's my whole goal of why I'm always claiming my neighborhood.
I'm not mad at that, man. So, man, in conclusion, what's the name of your event? How can people, if they can't make it, how can they continue to donate to what you're doing, your cause, the Culture House, all that stuff, man? Because you've been doing stuff in the community for quite a long time, and I think you deserve to get the help you need. What is the name of the event? How can people donate to it, and how can continue to help you out?
Yep. So the name of the event is the first annual Sneaker Soiree. So it's at the Slowdown tomorrow on Friday. And if you want to be connected with the shoe donation, remember we're donating to the Youth Emergency Services. That's the Yes House. All you have to do is contact me at my email or just contact me on Facebook. My name is, if you look up my name, you can find me. It's ERRIK, and the last name is EJIKE. Hit me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat if you're young, anything. So just contact me. Also, you can go the Culture House, and that's going to be the donation spot. Mm-hmm. You can go to it's located on 3016 North 24th Street. So we've moved locations. No longer in the Fairdale Marketplace. We are now on 3016 North 24th Street. You're going to see it. It's directly across from not Sacred Heart Ministries. Directly across from Heart Ministries, their new establishment. So right next to the barbershop. So we right over there.
All right, and D, how can people get in touch with you, man? Or to check out your I know you got videos.
Right.
I know you got videos, and I know you got stuff on Spotify.
Right.
How can people get in touch with you, man, if they want to check you out?
Simple. All you have to do is Google Dante Higgins, my name. I kept it simple for everybody. I don't have no rap name. I go with my government name, DANTE HIGGINS. Put my name in. All my stuff will pop up on iTunes. All my albums. I have a clothing line, and all my charity events is through a clothing line I started called Good Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much that means I just wanted to give people confidence in wearing clothes. So if you're going through a bad day, you struggling, or something just not going right for you, you look down at your shirt and you see Good Forever across your shirt, across your jacket. You got good on your hat. It's just to remind you that the places that black people come from slavery to staying in the projects to the hoods, from eating noodles where you had to make a meal or didn't have nothing in the icebox. Whatever situation you going through right now, it can't be worse than what another black person that went through. Somebody that went through something way worse than you today. So when you see your clothes, I want that to be a reminder that, hey man, I'm good forever. I can't let this hurt me. So goodforever86.com, or you can just put in Dante Higgins, or you can just put in Good Forever. It's selling so good, it just, everything on Google is gonna pop up.
Now, I'm not gonna let you leave here without hitting us with a 16, man.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you can't leave out of here. Come on, you can't leave, man. I need that 16, right?
All right,
now let's go.
Put me on. It's the power of the people I hate to see. I hate to be all in your face, but I'm trying to make you see the difference between real life and stuff that make believe. Play with me. Been eating these niggas since I had baby teeth. Play with me. My sister will get you. They call her Baby D. Make America great again. They talking slavery, yeah. But we ain't marching with Dr. Martin, gun sparking, and you short stop it like Barry Larkin. Where you parking? My nigga, I'm parking right where I'm parking. Beg your pardon. I look like I play for Miami Dolphins. My apartment. We grew up eating bread and sausage. That was breakfast. For dinner, we eating bread and sausage. That was extra. No talking, we just living. And we still drinking, they just kidneys. H-Time got more than just Britney. Come visit, and you'll do more than just witness. Niggas ignorant. They swung on a woman, swung on an infant, trunk lifting. He swung so wide he should be in the book of Guinness. And we still living this forever the life I'm living. And we still stripping this forever the life I'm living. Yeah, show and tell, these niggas owe me mail. Asking for money, these niggas don't know me well. Money on books. My niggas making bail. Can't let them stay in jail. Why? Because the cracker still. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, shouts out. Hey, come on, Dante. Shouts out before we get out of here, man. Shouts out, man.
Hey, Dante Higgins, man. Shout out to Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out to my man Houston for having me on.
That's nothing.
Shout out to Ejiki for bringing me down here, man. We're going to have a hell of an event. We need shoes. We need y'all to donate. Goodforever86.com. Come on, rock with us.
All right, E, any shouts out before we get out of here, man?
We got to shout out to Kilgore College, man. Shout out to all the homies, my guys, man. They my guys forever, for real. Man, shout out to the hometown. Shout out Tyler, Texas. Shout out Houston, H-Town, Southline, stand up. Man, shout out everybody here who rocking with me, rocking with us, who been helping me build. It's a whole team of people, dog. Shout out to everybody who been assisting even with this event, who ain't have to, but they just good people, man. So we rocking, man. We own it.
Hey, I'm not mad at you, man. I appreciate both of y'all coming up. E, I thank you for coming up.
Yep.
D.I.A., I thank you for coming up.
Oh, for sure.
And again, if you want to get on the podcast, go to halexanderomaha@gmail.com. Hit me up on my email, or just Google me and find me.
Right.
We're gonna get you on the podcast because I consider this a community podcast that everybody can talk on, man. Right. So I appreciate y'all. We out of here.